That's apples, carrots, radishes, corn, olives, lettuce, spinach, and strawberries. Oh my!
Fanfiction doesn't just have to be posted up on fanfiction.net. It can also be found on YouTube and other websites. Here is Katie to guide us along on this fanfiction journey. Take it away, Katie!
Thanks, Liz! Let's go! Quotev is a popular website that stands out due to not only its fanfiction, but also its quizzes, polls, and surveys. It has 15 categories and stories, with fanfiction being one of the most popular ones. If that wasn't enough, the fanfiction section has its own subcategories, some not found on fanfiction.net, such as Vampire, One Direction, and Harry Styles. Kindle Worlds was established in May 2013 by Amazon, where fanfiction can be used for profit. There are no legal issues because all of the fanfics are creations of specific licensed media properties. And obviously, you can earn money for your work, because that's just how popular fanfiction is. But that also means the fanfiction isn't for free to the audience. Also referred to as AO3, Archive of Our Own is a non-profit, non-commercial archive for fanfics of all formats, including not only writing, but also graphic art, videos, and podcasts. Fandom categories include books, cartoons, celebrities, Marvel comics, etc. The site has an especially excellent search feature, making your fanfiction experience all the more satisfying. No worries, peepsicles, this site is in English, but the fanfiction on Asian Fics is centered around Asian characters and Asian cultures. It sounds kinda random, but it has over 220,000 fanfictions and over 400,000 users. It just goes to show that you can have fanfiction on just about anything. DeviantArt is an amazing site with over 25 million users because it is a place where artists have their own community to share their breathtaking art and stories with, including those of different fandoms. While art is its biggest focus, fanfiction takes a big role too, with almost 200,000 deviations with multiple categories. Wattpad is one of the largest book communities on the web, with a monthly audience of over 10 billion readers. With lots of different categories, only one of them is fanfiction. Most of the fanfiction is written for the Harry Potter series, but there are also ones about celebrities and comics, such as One Direction and the handsome Zac Efron. Feedbooks is an ebook store where you can not only find popular ebooks, but also fanfiction, with fandoms in Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and Narnia. What sets this site apart is the ability to download the text. This is yet another fanfiction site, with its most popular categories being anime and celebrities. That's right, you can find fanfiction on Tumblr too. Just use the search bar and you'll find it, though there's no real way to know exactly how much is on there. You can roleplay on there too. Follow me! Flamers are extremely rude reviewers who normally use profanity to describe your work. Trolls are flamers who only read your work to tear it apart. Crack is when characters are placed in an abnormal situation and act quite out of character in that abnormal situation. A one-shot is a standalone short story, or more commonly, a one-chapter story. Slashers are people who write and prefer to read homosexual works. Shipping is derived from the term relationship, fantasizing about a possible relationship between two or more people. To say something is canon means an official released aspect of the original work. A pairing is the coupling of characters. OTP stands for One True Pairing. It is the preferred pairing of the reader or writer. A no-TP means not one true pairing. It is a pairing you dislike. A bro-TP means brother one true pairing. You think they make good friends. An OC means other character or own character, a character created by the writer. OOC means out of character, normally found in a crackfic. A trigger warning is anything too provocative or horrifying that might put the audience in an uncomfortable mindset. The warning is meant as an alarm to let the reader know of this possible discomfort. Since this work is not the writer's original idea, they must put a disclaimer on their file or work that states, "I do not own the work." A fandom is a large community of people that like the same thing. A fic that is a lemon means that it has sex. A lime is a fic that has anything but sex. Smut is self-explanatory, thank you very much.
So some of the websites that help improve your writing are Exam Time, The Story Starter, Storybase, and Write for 10. There will be links at the bottom of the video if you want to check those out for your own fanfiction writing. Fanfiction writing tips and tricks. 1. Write a story that you would like to read. If you find yourself at any point during writing that you really don't like the way the story is headed, change it. Number 2. Make it so you don't know what's going to happen next. The writer needs to be just as surprised as the reader is. 3. Keep the characters' personalities as original as you possibly can. We write fan fiction so we can take the characters from their original setting and then let them experience different scenarios. 4. If you're tempted to write crack, make the characters drunk. Seriously, alcohol changes everything. 5. Have a playlist filled with inspirational music. Songs that speak the emotions you are trying to portray in your fanfic are your friends. They will help you when you come across writer's block. 6. Conquer writer's block by planning. You need to have every beat mapped out in order before you can even think of writing. But doesn't that conflict with the idea of keeping the writer and the reader in suspense? Absolutely not. You need structure in order to accomplish anything. Planning does not mean you cannot change something. You never really know how your characters are going to react until they are put in that situation. And you may find yourself altering your story plotline completely. 7. Take breaks. Make sure you get out to experience different things while writing. You never know what could ignite inspiration. 8. Have confidence. You are just as great of a writer as anyone else. You have potential, you can do it. Just believe in yourself and your story. 9. Don't give flamers the time of day. My motto is, if you have time to write a flame, you have time to write a story. Keep that in mind and don't give in to their drama. 10. Most importantly, respond faithfully to each of your reviewers. They have taken time out of their day to read your story and give you words of encouragement. Let them know that it's appreciated. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
I know I'm not that tall, I know I'm not that smart, but let me drive my van into your heart. Let me drive my van into your heart. I know I'm not that rich, I'm trying to get my start. So let me drive my van into your heart. Let me drive my van into your heart. And if we look at a place, well baby that's okay. I'll drive us into outer space, where we can hear what people say. I know I don't have a plan, I'm working on that part. At least I've got a van, so let me drive my van into your heart. 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 Let me drive my van into your heart.